Open your Bible to the first chapter of First Chronicles, and you hit a wall. It reads like an endless sea of ancient, unpronounceable names from a forgotten Bronze Age world. But imagine reading this list while standing in the rubble of your conquered city. For the exiled Israelites finally returning home, their national identity had been entirely erased. They desperately needed an anchor to remind them of who they were. These generations function as a sovereign blueprint, mapping out a salvation plan that was in motion long before the exiles ever reached the desert. Viewing history through this specific lineage reframes reality. The rise and fall of nations is exposed as a controlled, intentional narrative, authored by a God who has been in total command from the very beginning. The record anchors that narrative right at the dawn of humanity, starting with Adam. The text then fans out, capturing all of Noah's descendants. By deliberately recording the expansive clans of Japheth and Ham, it establishes that the Creator's overarching care stretches across every nation on earth. Then the lens rapidly tightens. Out of the vastness of human history, the record zeroes in entirely on the line of Shem, isolating one specific individual, Abraham. This sharp narrowing happens for a very specific reason. Abraham was selected entirely apart from any superior bloodline or flawless moral behavior. By recording a multitude of names only to bypass them for Abraham, without listing a single achievement, the text makes it clear. Inclusion in this story isn't about bloodline or behavior, but a specific, unearned invitation. That promise passed sequentially down the patriarchal line, from Abraham to Isaac and then to Jacob. Yet this lineage is riddled with human frailty. Abraham tried to force the divine plan by fathering Ishmael. Isaac repeated the pattern. His blind favoritism nearly compromised the birthright. Despite these generational failures, the names linked together, proving the promise was stronger than the people. The grand design held firm. Our faith rests securely on that same unchanging faithfulness, offering immense comfort when we confront our own imperfections. The text introduces a sharp contrast by tracking Esau's descendants. They rapidly evolved into the kings of Edom, building a wealthy nation. But Esau treated his permanent, covenantal relationship with God for immediate gratification. While Edom secured earthly prosperity, Jacob secured an eternal spiritual inheritance. The contrast leaves a permanent warning. Earthly success and immediate comfort are dangerous distractions when they cost us our eternal relationship with the Creator. Which brings us to a harsh question. Are you currently trading your spiritual standing for a modern bowl of red bean soup? Maybe it's a momentary comfort, a burst of worldly praise, or a temporary financial gain. We are constantly bombarded by distractions, what the text categorizes as the lust in the eyes, the desires of the flesh, and the pride of life. Society insists that seeing is believing, that we must seize immediate enjoyment. Yet history proves that every earthly empire and fleshly desire eventually crumbles into dust. Zoom out and look at the macro perspective. Just as every single unpronounceable name in First Chronicles was meticulously placed in a mosaic of redemption, your life is securely held in that same eternal plan. Stand firm in that reality, refuse to compromise the truth for short-term benefits, and fiercely guard your eternal inheritance.